Hello everyone, this is day 13 of 69 days of code. My name is Rajat Upadhyay and today we are going to look into yet another interesting topic in software engineering. This topic is called subqueries in SQL. So we are targeting all the SQL topics one by one. Okay, I'm getting into the skin of SQL. Okay, and what is this subqueries in SQL? This is a very important topic in SQL. Okay, and if you are from the data field or anywhere near interacting with the databases, this this concept is going to be very helpful in the questions that you're going to ask in the interviews. Okay, so there are a lot of questions that are asked from the interviews, and one of the most important questions, a question that is asked everywhere in all in SQL interviews, like why guarantee आएगा ही आएगा question, right? ऐसा वाला question we'll look into today. Okay, so we'll look into such a question that will be asking all the interviews of SQL, right? So even if you are applying for the position of project manager, right? Those project managers, these project managers are supposed to be familiar with SQL, not like completely advanced SQL, but at least some basic SQL. And in those basic SQL also, subqueries are asked. And this particular question that we're going to look into today, it is asked. So we're going to look into this question, and we're going to look into subqueries. So what is subqueries? As the name suggests, it is subquery. Okay, so let's break it down. Subquery, right? So what is a query? A query in a database management system is command to the database management system to return some data, update some data, or maybe delete some data, perform any sort of CRUD operations or anything else, right? So what is a subquery? A query inside another query is called a subquery. Okay, sub, right? Sub, super. So subquery means a query inside another query is called a subquery. So that's all the concept of subquery is, right? But it becomes much more difficult when the questions are asked. Okay, so questions can be very, very tricky in case of subqueries or correlated subqueries. Okay, so we are not going to look into subqueries right now. Okay, sorry, correlated subqueries right now. We are going to look into subqueries only. For correlated subqueries, I'm going to create another video, or I'm going to ask you to study it on your own. I'll provide the link for it. Okay, and it's very easier. It's just like subqueries. Okay, and there is just a small bit of difference which makes it correlated subquery. Okay, so now we know what is a subquery. A subquery is a query that is written inside another query. Okay, so if I write a select statement, and inside the select statement I write another select statement, okay, inside the where clause, then that will be called a subquery in SQL. So let's look into that. I'm going to share my screen. So let's start off by creating a very simple table. Okay, I'm inside my MySQL workbench, and I'll just create a very simple table. So create table 69 doc is the name of the database. Okay, and employee, I'm going to create an employee table. Okay, and what do I need? I need an employee ID, which will be an integer. It will be a primary key. Okay, it will be a not null, and then I'm going to add a name, which will be a varchar 255, and finally I'm going to add a salary. Okay, integer. So this question, based on this particular table, there is a question, very famous question, which is called find the second highest salary in the employee table. Okay, it is a very important question and almost asked in a lot of interviews. Okay, there is 99% chance it is going to be asked to you if you are giving a SQL related interview, or full stack related interview also. They can ask you this question. Run it. You can see that table has been created, right? So let's insert some data inside of it. I'll say insert into 69 doc dot employee values 1 comma John, so 30,000, and then copy it and paste it a number of times. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, say 40, 50, 60, and 70. Okay, John is the most, with the person with the highest salary. I'm going to run this. Okay, it has run successfully. I'll just do select star from 69 doc.employee to make sure that the data is there. Okay, 69 capital doc. So our data is right there. Okay, we can see the data. And we have 5 employees. Okay, ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, John, then 80, then time and Brown, and 30,000 to 70,000 is their salaries, right? Now, what is a subquery? So just like I told you, a subquery is a query inside another query, right? So what if I want to find let me give you this question. What if I want to find the maximum salary in the employee tables, which the name of the employee who is getting the maximum salary? Okay, so, or the person who is getting the maximum salary, or just the maximum salary, give me the maximum salary. So what is the maximum salary inside our database? It is 70,000, right? So what we'll do, it's very simple. If you know a little bit of SQL already, there is an aggregate function called max, and you can put a max of salary from 69 doc dot employee, and this is going to give you the maximum salary inside the table. If I run it, we get 70,000, right? And if I put a name comma this, not sure this will work. Right, this will not work, right? Because John is not the person with the highest salary. Brown is the person with the highest salary. If you run it again, John has a salary of 30,000 only, but it is showing with the max salary, it is showing the name of John, but it should show the name of Brown, right? So if we want to find the maximum salary, then we just run select maximum salary from 69 doc.employee, right? But what if we want to find the name of the person who's getting maximum salary? Now here comes the example of subquery. So what I'll do is I'll say select name from 69 doc.employee where salary is equals to open brackets and close brackets after this. So what is this is going to do? First, this inner query will be run, okay, and it is going to return us the maximum salary, right? This inner query will run and it is going to return us the maximum salary which is inside the table, and which is 70,000, right? And then this 70,000 will be put here inside this outer condition where salary is equals to, okay, and it is going to print the name. So if I run this, we'll get Brown. Okay, let's just put here a comma salary to print the salary as well. So Brown 70,000 is a salary, right? So what is subquery? This is subquery that we're looking into right now. Okay, this is subquery. Select maximum salary from 69 doc.employee. This returns the maximum salary 70,000. Then that 70,000 is put into the outer expression like this. Okay, once it is returned, it is put into the outer expression like this, and this expression is calculated and it gives us the final result, which is the name of the person. Okay, so this is a query inside another query, which we call as subquery in SQL. And another very important question is finding out the second highest salary. So this is the first highest salary. What about the second highest salary? So this is the most important question that is asked in all the SQL interviews, almost everywhere. Okay, so I'll just write select maximum salary. Okay, let's say what is the second maximum, second highest salary? Second highest salary is the highest salary excluded the highest salary. Okay, so let me explain it. If you find out the highest salary in a table, in the SQL table, okay, and remove that highest salary, right, and then calculate the highest salary again, then what is the salary that comes out? The second highest salary originally, right? So let's say in the table there are salaries 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, right? If I remove 70,000 from it, okay, and then select maximum salary, what is the maximum salary now? 60,000. So second highest salary is actually the highest salary if we remove the original highest salary from the table. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to select maximum of salary from 69 doc.employee where salary is not equal to select maximum salary from 69 doc.employee. I have a typo here, from. Okay, so it is going to return us maximum salary, which is 70,000. Okay, and then we are going to calculate the maximum salary, which is not equal to this salary. So if the maximum salary is 70,000, right, and 70,000 is returned, okay, and then we are finding the maximum salary again, but which should not be equal to 70,000. So what is the maximum salary if it's not equal to 60,000, 70,000? It is 60,000. Okay, and I'm going to run it, and this is going to return us 60,000, which is the second highest salary. Okay, 60,000, which is the second highest salary. We can confirm this by running the select star, and we get 60,000 over here, right? So 60,000 is the highest salary, second highest salary. So I hope you got it. Okay. And what there is another improvement over this on this question. So what is the improvement? Find the name of the person who is receiving the second highest salary. Very simple. We put another subquery over it. Okay. Another subquery over subquery where salary is equals to, okay, and then put all of this inside this, right? So in this way, this is going to give us the second highest salary. This part is going to give us the second highest salary, and this part will give us the name of the person who is receiving that salary. Very simple. If you understand subqueries, of course, then it is very simple. Otherwise, it's very complex, right? So this is how we can use subqueries. Okay, and this question is very, very important question. Okay, it is asked in almost all the interviews, right? So that's about subqueries, and I'll see you in the next video.